Уважаемые телезрители канала М1 Global, мы все ближе к главному событию вечера. Ну а прямо сейчас вашему вниманию представляется соглавный бой турнира в полутяжелой весовой категории. В синий угол клетки приглашается боец из города Братск. Встречайте, Евгений Михалев!
You're watching MMA Series-9, Time of New Heroes, live from St. Petersburg. I'm M16 Butlin, and this is brought to you by Fubo Sports Network and a Clash TV app. This is your co-main event of the evening. Making his way down for this light heavyweight contest, our first fighter for this fight, Evgeny Mikhalev. Mikhalev has 8 wins, only 3 defeats, as he makes way to the cage tonight. We've had some fantastic fights altogether. 8 fights so far, fast wins, fast submissions, fast knockouts. Tell us your favourite, tell us what you think of the card so far on the Clash TV app.
А в красный угол клетки приглашается его соперник из города Санкт-Петербург. Встречайте, Дмитрий Тебекин!
His opponent now making his way down to the red corner. From Russia as well, Dmitry Tebekin. Looking this team here as well on the MMA Series. Very experienced fighter with a record of 11 wins, only 5 defeats. The light heavyweight contest, 3 5-minute rounds. I said this is your co-main event. Let us know what you're thinking about this fight and our main event coming up in heavyweight this evening. Second, the more experienced of the 2 fighters. Our most experienced fighter so far this evening with 16 professional contests as he covers this tournament. Gets himself ready to win. Fantastic young fighter, big, strong, light heavyweight.
Дамы и господа, представляем вашему вниманию 10-й бой турнира. Второе по значимости событие вечера. Бой в полутяжелой весовой категории. В синем углу клетки из города Братск представитель команды Fight Club Чердак. Профессиональный рекорд составляет 8 побед, 3 поражения. Встречайте, Евгений Михалев! А его соперником в соглавном поединке вечера будет боец из красного угла клетки. Из города Санкт-Петербург, представитель команды Сеть Про. Его профессиональный рекорд составляет 11 побед, 5 поражений. Встречайте, Дмитрий Тебекин! Рефери в клетке Евгений Ли. Бойцы в середину.
Помним про правила, деремся честно, слушаем моей команды. По углам.
You're watching MMA Series-9, Time of New Heroes, brought to you by the Fubo Sports Network and a Clash TV app. I'm M16 Butlin, and this is your co-main event of the evening, light heavyweight contest between, in the blue corner, Evgeny Mikhalev, in the red corner, Dmitry Tebekin. Mikhalev slightly taller of the two. They both come out in the orthodox sound. Both jabs fall short. Mikhalev low kick. Tebekin loved to come forward at him after the low kick. Back into space. Tebekin lighter on his feet, looks to fire the high kick. But he's backed up. Mikhalev gets the takedown, gets on top. He's looking to try and get around the back. Watch here for Tebekin to pull the leg out, try and put him onto his back. But great work, good balance here from Mikhalev. Now Tebekin gets that takedown, but he lands in full guard. Tries to put the head of Mikhalev against the fence. Lands a short little elbow there with the left hand. Again, we see that switching between the knees and then up onto the feet inside the guard. Mikhalev doing a good job of putting his feet on the fence, turning his head away from the fence so he's not crushed up against it. Elbow from the bottom, Mikhalev. Again, back to the feet. Watch for Tebekin to try to turn the head round. He's using that can opener there and then drive him into the fence. Their postures up onto legs. Chopping body shots in. Referee's stopping them there. Can't see exactly what that's for. Don't think there's a cut. Or possibly a cut to the left eye there of Evgeny Mikhalev. Yes, and it's quite a big egg. That must be from one of those earlier shots landed from Dmitry Tebekin. That's a big mouse there, as we call it, with a lump above the left eye. It's actually slightly to the side of the left eye, which means there won't be blood going into the eye, so it's a little bit safer to continue. The referee's going to start them back in the same position on the floor in full guard. So let's see how that affects the mental game here. As Mikhalev crushed against the fence, swelling to the eye. It could be from the short elbow, actually, that we saw earlier on, which was a very good shot from Dmitry Tebekin as he puts the head of Mikhalev against the fence again. Watch for Tebekin to be fired up and to be looking to try and get a finish here. He's seen the damage he's done. Chopping left hand. Again, postures up, this time up onto just the right leg. Tied up here. Evgeny Mikhalev doing a good job of tying up the arms, stopping the attack of Dmitry Tebekin as he comes forward, drives the head into that swollen eye. 2 minutes left in the first round. So far, for me, clearly on points. Dmitry Tebekin, as he controls this ground position, lands chopping elbows. You've got to think of the power that this short, powerful light heavyweight can get into those shots. Look at the damage it's caused to the soft tissue on the forehead of Evgeny Mikhalev. So body shots going in. Everything's short, small, little shots. But this suits the build of Dmitry Tebekin as he chops the right hook into the body again there. Left up to the head. Evgeny Mikhalev holding on to the back of the head. But just really trying to control, trying to limit damage he's going to take to himself. As we come into the last minute of the first round. They're using the hand with the left hand to line up a big right shot there. Tebekin continues this attack. Short, solid shots. You see the referee looks on carefully, watching the action, looking at the damage to the left eye. As again, it's the short elbows. I think it was the left short elbow earlier on that did the damage to the eye, but now it's the right short elbow. Dmitry Tebekin is powering in all his body into the shots and now just chopping little punches, and then it's the big solid elbow he follows it with. Certainly doing the damage to the left hand side of the face of Mikhalev. Dying seconds now of the first round. Guys watching at home on the Clash TV app, let us know what you think. Look at the damage. How would you feel with an egg like that above your left eye? Going to be certainly a good look from the doctor and the corner now between rounds 1 and 2. The doctor rushes into the cage. So here on the replay, See the kick to the legs for Mikhalev. Oh, that big right hand over the top could have caused the egg. Then he off-balanced there, Tebekin. I'm not sure if it's that or a short little left hand or left elbow inside. There you see the eye was starting to swell up. So much damage done, but you've got to think how heavy these shots are from light heavyweight professional fighter Dmitry Tebekin. 16 professional fights. And at the moment, he's looking to win this one. There we see the damage above the left eye. Looks like it's had some good work from his very experienced medicals. And as we start round number 2, it's interesting to see how much work was done between rounds for the cornerman, giving instructions to Mikhalev. When there's a cut involved, it's difficult for the corner to work on the cut and to be giving instructions and help to the fighter who's behind. There we see a good sprawl and defense to the takedown from Evgeny Mikhalev, who's the one coming forward, landing straight shots, initiating the clinch. Tebekin looks tired. Throws the overhand and drops for the legs. Great change of levels. Make the guy look at the right hand up high, drop down for the legs. No sprawl, no defense there from Mikhalev. Very fast transition from Tebekin. So we are back into the position we saw most of the first round. We see Tebekin chopping away with his short, powerful shots in the guard. Looking to drive him into the fence now. When you're in the full guard, for ground and pound, and to stop the attacks from the guard work from your opponent, it's good to get the head against the fence, and it crushes up the back. It makes it very difficult for them to climb the legs up, and it also gives you the opportunity to fire big shots in. Again, training in the cage, working against that fence, so important for these fighters who are going to fight in that place. So Mikhalev underneath, just defending, chopping shots. As Tebekin puts his head up and then comes down powerful with a punch, or puts his head up and drops the elbow. They see the classic body head with the right arm. Now punching on the left hook, and again goes down to the body. The idea is to go down to the body, try to bring that elbow down before you fire the shot over to the head. Mikhalev looking to push off the fence, doesn't want to be crushed up against the fence. But again, he's put back into it. Good cage control here for Tebekin. When we're looking at the scoring of an MMA contest, we're looking at effective striking, effective grappling, and then it comes into it, the cage control, the way that you control the fight, putting it from standing, getting the takedowns to the ground. And this cage control here, along with the effective striking here, winning the fight for me, for Dmitry Tebekin. Again, for the guys at home on the Clash TV app, let us know your scores, your opinions. Tell us how you see this going. For me, dominant, driving into the cage, driving shots in. He's constantly working. They might not look like big, flashy punches, but he's chopping away. Body, head there again. Total dominance here for Dmitry Tebekin. What can Mikhalev do? What can his corner tell him to do here? Now, the full guard's difficult to stand up against the fence. What he could do is switch off, maybe let his opponent come to half guard and try to use the fence to try to stand up. It's difficult for him to actually stand up or start to use his feet on the floor when he's in the full guard. So sometimes tempt your opponent to come into the half guard, which gives you the opportunity then to back up to the fence, start to wall walk and get yourself back up to your feet. For the moment, his head's crushed against the corner post, and Dmitry Tebekin is powering shots in, totally controlling this position. This is going to be 2 rounds up here as we're coming to the last minute of the second round. Doing enough work here to keep the action going and the action on the floor. Doesn't need a stand-up, because Tebekin really hasn't stopped throwing punches and elbows from this inside position, really controlling the inside of the arms. And when his arm goes to the outside, he works the body shots first and then brings the head shot back in. And you see there, Mikhalev doing the right thing by bringing his elbows inside, trying to get the inside arm position. But when he does, again, Tebekin powers the shots to the body and then over to the head. So great work, nice strategy, and very controlled attacking performance here from the top position. We're dying seconds here now of round number 2. And there we go, the whistle goes. Both fighters will go back to the corner. Again, Tebekin looking tired there as he crawled back to the corner. Big overhand right, switched the levels and went for the takedown. Again, it was defended well though there from Mikhalev. But once they got to the floor, it was this such good ground and pound cage control position. Tebekin uses his body shape and his technique so well, just driving away, makes it very difficult for his opponent to do anything but just eat shots. See the body shots there to the body and head with the left hand, and we're seeing the same with the right hand throughout the round. You're watching MMA Series 9, Time of New Heroes, Fubo Sports Network and the Clash TV app. I'm Ian M16 Butlin. This is the third and final round of your co-main event of the evening. In the blue corner, Evgeny Mikhalev. In the red corner, looking for the takedown, Dmitry Tebekin, and he's got it. This is where he's controlled the whole fight from. As soon as he gets that takedown position, he's not even looking to pass. Not interested in the pass, he's just got good ground and pound and control from this position. So between those rounds, between rounds 2 and 3, Mikhalev will have had the opportunity to get some real instruction from his corner. Between round 1 and 2, he was actually having to get the eye fixed. His left eye, the swelling over that eye, was having to be looked at by the medics. But it'd be interesting to see now, what did the corner tell him? Is he going to change his strategy, the way he works? For me, in this position, he can't just sit taking shots in the guard. When his head's against the fence, he can't get out of this position. So what he needs to do is either put his hand onto the fence and then his foot up to turn himself off the fence and try to work in open space, or if he tries to let Dmitry Tebekin get past to maybe a half guard position, he can then get his hip and his shoulders up to the fence and start to work a stand-up. At the moment, if he stays in the full guard like this, he's just going to eat shots. We've seen the superior inside hand work and ground and pound from Dmitry Tebekin. Again, body, head, classical ground and pound, and they'll switch to the other side and work the right hand. 3 minutes left in this fight. Dmitry Tebekin must be 2 rounds up, and at the moment he's controlling round number 3 in the same position he controlled the first 2. I'd like to see something different now from Mikhalev, who has to try to get back to his feet. Tying up the arms. Looking to fire a few little shots of his own from the bottom, but you're not going to do very much damage at all from underneath guard. Mikhalev, head on the fence. There, he tries to work his legs up. This is better. He needs to try to attack. He's got to try to do something. So he got his head out. Once his head's out to the side, he can actually work his legs up and work his guard work. He needs to try to get something. He's got 2 minutes left in his third and final round. He's behind on my card by 2 rounds. I'd like to hear if you agree with me, how you score this fight. For me, these chopping little shots, at least he's doing something to try to take the control and the mind of Dmitry Tebekin off. And then if he can work from there to try and get his legs up, or try to stand up on the fence. But at the moment, he's back crushed against the fence, in no position to do either. Blood still coming from that swelling above the left eye, dripping down the face of Evgeny Mikhalev. Control still from Tebekin. Light heavyweight contest. Third of 3 5-minute rounds. We've got 80 seconds left. Dmitry Tebekin on top, in the guard of Evgeny Mikhalev, who's closed that guard up and is looking a little bit too defensive to get this win in this last minute. Tebekin again looks to get up to the feet, maybe try and break that guard. Maybe he wants to put the icing on the cake, the cherry on the top of this finish. It's always nice to get a finish, especially when you've had a dominant fight. He's dominated pretty much every minute of this fight so far. Again, that short little elbow. Elbows doing the damage inside, working the head of Mikhalev. Body, head. Then the short elbow. Continuing. He's not stopped throwing punches or working on the inside. Consistent attack. Good game plan. He's won this fight. He's won every single minute of the fight for me. And that's a very, very clear win as he finishes with the elbows. And a dominant performance, I feel, there for Dmitry Tebekin. Again, if you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, tell us what you thought of that fight. Tell us how you scored each round as we wait for the official decision.
Бойцы на середину. В главном бою вечера, после 3 раундов, единогласным решением судейства, победу одержал боец из красного угла Дмитрий Тебекин!
Дима. Привет. Сейчас она дышится.
One moment. Dmitry has some problems with the breath.
Давай, погнали. Времени у нас мало.
We have no time, Dmitry.
По твою диктовку, ничего не дал.
The fight was.
Почему не решил драться в стойке?
Why you don't fight with in a standing? In the first round, I lost. I got the punch, and after this, I decided that I must keep on the fight on the canvas. How did you prepare for this fight? You took this fight. It was dominated fight for you. Now I'm preparing for wrestle because I think that it's much better for me. When you was playing your next fight, we will talk about it later. What did you say to your fans, to your friends, to your girlfriend? Thank you. Thank to my team, Sech Pro. Thank you to Nikolai. Thank you for all supporters.
MMA Series 9, Time of New Heroes, as we watch the replay of this light heavyweight contest. Dmitry Tebekin in the black, fighting Evgeny Mikhalev. There was an off balance there where he got the takedown to the floor, but it was mostly takedown and control from Dmitry Tebekin, as the story of the fight was in working this inside groundwork, big shots, and again there, look, punch over the top, drops down the levels for the takedown. Mikhalev defending well, but it was just control from Tebekin. The big swelling over the left eye of Mikhalev came up early on in the fight from a big left hook, or left elbow inside, left hands, big right elbows. It was a story of body shots with the punches, body shots to the head, and then big elbows following down, and a very dominant performance.